is what I'm going to tell you of our Christmas Eve tradition. We make a salted cod called Baccala. You can buy it at a specialty store. And I'm going to show you how we do it. Made the cod, salted cod, so you can see it. And it comes in smaller pieces sometimes, but this is just beautiful. And I'm going to show you how I cut it. Now I'm going to show you how I cut it and the size it should be cut into. Now I would cut about this size. And this is really nice codfish. You put it here. Okay, now I'm going to cut this all the way down. And I'll cut it in, and this is serving sizes. Now this is kind of wide, and I might have to fry it. This is made into a soup, but we also fry it. So I'm going to cut this in half because it's a little bit large. Now this is the Baccala cut, and I like the thicker pieces for the soup. And if there's a thin piece, we put it in flour, egg, and breadcrumbs, and we fry it. And we love it fried also. It's so good both ways. After the fish is cut, you put it in a pan because you're going to fill it with water and let the water run on it to get rid of this salt. Now if you could see, my board is just covered with salt. They really put a lot of salt on this to preserve it. You don't even have to refrigerate it. You could keep it just like, say, if you got a cupboard outside or something. And so I think this pan is large enough. I'll put all the fish in here, and then we're going to have to fill it with water and let it run. Now, I let it run all day and then turn it off at night. The reason that we let the water run in there, because we couldn't cook it until all the salt is out. And you kind of stir it to make sure stir it so the bottom pieces will get the water also. And when it's completely, all the salt has left it, then you can, boy, that's cute. And after the salt has left, then you can turn it off. And if you're not ready to cook it, you can put it in the refrigerator and keep it until you're ready to cook it. Days ago, this Baccala was salted and very dry, and we put it in the pan and we actually soaked it in water for 5 days, running water in the day and turning it off at night. Now look how pretty it is now. It's all sweetened. There isn't any salt. Now I'm going to show you how we make our soup, and this is all of the ingredients. We need this large can of crushed tomatoes, Baccala, leeks, 2 large onions, a nice big pepper or celery. Then I only use salt, pepper, and garlic for spices. Okay, first I cut my leeks. You cut the root part off, and then you cut about this much of the green. You don't need all of it. And you cut this in half like this. Now you wash them. These look quite clean. You wash them. Make sure there isn't any sand in here. Boy, these don't have sand. Let's see. Oh, there's the sand. Can you see that? You wash it so you take the sand off. Okay. Now, after I do that, I want to cut them in small pieces. We'll cut it about this size. That's the leeks. We'll repeat it. Now we're going to do the celery. No, we'll do the pepper first. Okay, now I'll cut the pepper. I'll clean this part out real good. I'll cut this out. And you take all the seed out. Make sure it's cleaned good. Okay. Now we're going to slice this. When you're making baccala, you're going to do a lot of cutting. Okay. This is too big. I want this smaller. This is a good size right here. Okay. Okay, you do it about that size. This is a beautiful celery. I don't think I'll use all of it, but I'll take some of the stalks off. We'll use about that many. Now, I've got to wash it. See, there's always dirt. I'm washing the dirt. And that's about the only place you'll find dirt is in the bottom. Now, celery, I think I'll use that many stalks. Okay, the celery is, I'll cut it about like that. I'm going to use 2 of these large onions. This is the way I cut it. First you take the skins off. Ooh, this is a pretty one. And after you take the skins out, you cut them small like the other ingredients. First I cut them in half like this. And then I like to cut them in little pieces like, slices like this. Okay, and then I go down this way and they're kind of cubed. This is to be cut like this. When cutting an onion, it seems to not bother me, but for so many people it does. This is a secret, old Italian secret. You put a spoon in your mouth and while you're cutting it. Okay, that's the way I cut the onions. Now, this is to give you an idea about how much you will need. The celery, the onion, the leeks, and the pepper. Now, the next step, after you've got everything cut, you everyone won't have a pan this way. This is actually an iron pan of Pete's father. And it actually, you can see how heavy it is. Now, first of all, I want to put Pam in it. First, I use Pam and oil. Then I use oil. Okay, that's not enough. Okay, now I'm going to turn my oven on. Bake at about 3, and I'll turn it to about 350. And then when it's 350, I can add all the ingredients into the pan. Okay. Now, this will go in the pan and cook until the water has been cooked out of it. And this is quite large. You can see it'll take a little while. Okay. Now I'm going to boil this until most of the water is out, and we'll add this on the vegetables after they've been sauteed. My oven is 350, so I'm going to put all of the vegetables in here to saute it. You hear it sizzling? Now, all of the vegetables here, we will let them saute until they're tender. All of the vegetables are in, so I'm going to add my spices. This is salt, and I always put so much, and then I'm a taster, and if it needs a little more salt, I put it in. And here's the pepper. Okay, and then I like to put garlic. If you have the clove of garlic, you can use that, but I don't, so I'm using this minced garlic. Okay, now I'm going to stir it. Okay. Now, that will have to stay in the oven until it's actually soft. The vegetables are soft. Now, look how pretty they are. Remember to stir them until they're done. And these are almost ready. And I will lower my oven until I can put my tomato juice in it. All of the vegetables are sauteed and cooked very well. Now, my assistant, my son, who is the best cook in the world, is going to put my tomato in there. And we'll stir that.
Can we just pour it?
Yeah.
How much?
All of it.
All of it?
Most of it. It might be a little bit too much. Okay, why don't you stop?
It's like that.
Can we put some more? A little bit more? Okay. Now, Dino's going to have to put some water in here. Get a can of water.
Use this can?
Okay. I will stir it, and we're going to add a full can of water, plain water. Okay, Dino, you can add it. This way that's going to fall on the floor, honey. Let's push it in a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't use any more tomato. Okay. How does that look, Dino?
It's good.
Good.
Okay, push it in. Where's the hot pads?
Stir that just a little bit on this
We might have to have a little water. We used 1 full can of crushed tomatoes and 1 full can of water. It's time to put the baccala in. And now my son will put in the baccala. I'm going to just stir it now. I've got the baccala and everything. And just in a few minutes, we'll have baccala to eat. And we'll enjoy it. As a side dish, we always make white spaghetti with oil, and this is the way I do it. I use butter and oil. I like to cook the butter and the oil. And then I like to pour it over the fish. I don't have a clove of garlic right now, so what I do is I use the powdered garlic. I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom. And then we'll put the spaghetti. I'd like to put some cheese on this.
Because you got it? I hate it when I
This is so simple, and some of us like white spaghetti better than we do with sauce. Now we are eating this wonderful meal, and I have Sister Michelle with us, my son, Robin, my beautiful Tammy, Mike, Kareem, Justin, and my son and his wife, and my husband. And everyone is enjoying the food very well.
It's fantastic.
Manja!